What's up, everybody? Cool Sports Guy here. We're about to do our pick show for week 11. Good to see everybody here today. And without further ado, I'm going to bring in my co host, Tom. How are you,
Howdy,
sir?
howdy.
Hello, hello. All right. Exciting week. I already started off pretty good yesterday or the day before with Green Bay not being able to disappoint us like they always do. So that was pretty fun. What'd you think of the game on Thursday Night Football?
It was sad because
Yeah.
Green Bay won last week, and I thought they'll keep keep it going, and I just doubled down and I bet on them. And our colleague Jarrett decided to go up against, and he made the right call clearly. And it was just sad because Green Bay's been losing for a lot of different reasons. I feel like throughout the past few weeks, but
Hmm.
last night it was because of Aaron Rodgers. He was missing wide open throws, and I was just like, bro, just it's right there.
Ridiculous. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with the team right now. I mean, it's understandable, but I didn't think it was going to happen. Not this soon, not this quick. Just imploding pretty much. So it is what it is. What are you going to do about it, right? Just
Yeah,
keep on.
they're probably at this point more than likely now looking at playoffs.
No, there's an outside chance, but you got other teams in there. I mean, like
I
what do you
mean,
got?
mathematically they can still, but I don't
Right.
know. I don't know, man. Unless they
Even,
just win out fully, you're not. You're
even
not
as a
getting in.
wild card, it's going to be a long shot. So
Yep.
it's good. Time to rebuild. Bring in the love. Am I right?
Ooh.
No, no.
Ooh.
Did you yeah, y'all
Oh,
get it.
I know. I got it.
Anyways, I'll let you take care of it. What are we starting with today? Which teams are we moving into for our picks? So, by the way, I don't know if y'all mentioned it in the previous episode, but Mr. Tom's making a comeback right now, so he's only 2 games away from me. Not too shabby.
You know what's sad is if I would have just picked the Titans to win Thursday Night Football, as of this moment, you and I would have been tied.
That's right.
I
Okay.
am
Well,
currently 1 game behind you.
one game,
I
not that
just want to point out that like 5 weeks ago, I was last.
you were down by like 10 games. I think it was. It was yeah,
I'm pulling a Brady here.
not too shabby. Yeah, I like it. Well, I need to shape up, so hopefully my weeks start off. My week's picks start a little better than the last night. This
We
Thursday
got a
night.
couple of disagreements this week, so something's bad. Something's gonna happen.
Let's see what we got then. What's first on the docket today?
First on the docket is Bears at Falcons.
Okay, all right.
So obviously, Falcons are now they are a full game behind Tampa Bay in the division, and they're also they lost the tiebreaker as of right now, so they're gonna have to try and fight hard. Bears, listen, they're kind of out of the playoff picture as well, I believe, but they are playing well, especially on the offensive side. Well, Justin Fields is playing well. Falcons have been kind of iffy going up and down. I also think they're going to be out. This is one of those games where it's just like, hey, you can mathematically, technically, you can still make it, so you can, fight for it. But hey, maybe start considering losing out so you can get better picks. We'll see what happens with that. But as of right now, I fully expect Justin Fields to ball out. I got the Bears winning this game. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that, Jose. I
No,
apologize.
you ruined my
I did. I did.
full.
I'm sorry. It
It's
was too
okay.
late to even go back.
It's all right.
Hey, look, that's the very first game. We got a disagreement. I'm kind of happy about it.
I think Mariota's looking pretty sharp right now. I didn't think that the Falcons could do a lot. I figured this could be a rebuilding year. They're trying to get a new quarterback in there, a new-ish quarterback, as apart from who was there before. But they're not looking too shabby. They're like you said, they're in position right now to they're only 1 game behind, and Tampa is hit or miss these days. So, but we'll talk about them later.
Oh, they're starting to hit.
Yeah, they. I mean, it's
And,
iffy though.
look, they're on bye this week.
So
So,
they could. You think they can win this week? Then that's
well,
good.
they did mention that Julio Jones should. I mean, we don't know how long he'll stay healthy, but he's
Hmm.
now going to be completely back healthy. After the bye week for the following game against the Browns, I believe they come back and play.
Hmm.
And I mean, Godwin's starting to look a little better. Evans is obviously Evans. they're starting to click. There's some rhythm happening there. They're starting to run the ball. Now, granted, Seattle's run defense isn't that great. Maybe that's why. But that being said, I'm also just hoping that they can win out one or two more games without Ryan Jensen and give him that time off and the break. And hopefully Falcons lose a couple, as a guy who's hoping they would be the ones to win the division. So that way Ryan Jensen can just come in for the playoffs. And Ryan Jensen's a big difference. He really is. So I look forward to it. But
It'll be fun. I like to see a little competition towards the end. That's not like all the other.
Well, you will. There's some division matchups coming up towards the end. So
yeah, for sure. So this one looks pretty good. Hopefully, what does Jared got on the
for his Jared pick? Went with his home team, the Chicago Bears, for multiple reasons. First of all, was that
what?
Yeah, I know. Well, Bears? I mean, he's riding that Justin Fields wagon right now. I mean,
yeah. I was about to say, in his defense, he's been doing good.
Yeah, he has. He has been doing real well. So, hopefully, I hope Jarrett is happy this week because I picked the same team he did. And then I get to one up you or tie up with you.
Hopefully, in cool sports guy fashion, the odd man out is always right. So or is that just for Thursday night games? You think?
I don't know.
I think I just want to expand that to the regular week. I think it would be really good for us to be able to do that.
Interesting. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Next is Eagles and Colts. So, obviously, we thought Carson Wentz, or not Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz used to play for both of these teams, but not anymore. He doesn't even play for his home team anymore. He's benched. Even when he comes back from the injury, I don't see a scenario where he's starting. Sorry, Carson. It was right there. I actually didn't even mean to do that, but then it worked out pretty well. I realized he played for both. Who plays for the Colts? Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I mean,
yeah,
he did finally start, didn't he? Well, we thought he did finally start, right? We have 3 quarterbacks over there.
That was okay. First of all, that was rude because I had the Raiders winning the game because I thought Ellinger was going to start the game.
Fair enough. Me too.
We were all under the impression that Matt Ryan is benched for the rest of the season. Thanks a lot, Jeff Saturday. I would have been one more pick I was right on. I could have went 12-2 last week.
Okay. We don't need to show off the high score you got. That was amazing, by the way. Go ahead.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, look, Eagles have been flawed from the get-go. Okay, I think this is actually Jared's pick, and I'm pretty sure, yep, he picked the Eagles. Yeah. I'm just going to say Eagles have been flawed from the get-go. They beat some not-so-great teams, and do you know who had Washington beating Eagles last week? This guy right here.
I think I can get it. Yeah.
That's right.
It
was me. Because here's the thing. Well, first of all, with Heineke, Washington is much better. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, but they are much better. They won the last 4 or 5 games. And Eagles, on the other hand, look, they're beatable. Cowboys, the last time they played each other, I feel like if Dak Prescott played, Eagles would have lost the game. That game was much closer than it should have. You should not be tied against the Texans at halftime. Okay? And it's one thing if you're just making mistakes and you're just tied. Texans, it was 14-14, which means Texans got 2 touchdowns on you by halftime. Now, granted, they held them to 3 points in the second half, but I don't know if that's on the Eagles. That's just Texans fashion at its finest.
Yeah, both. Could be both. Both can be true.
picking on a Houston fan now with this Astros hat and everything. I'm sorry, buddy. Listen, at the end of the day, my point is I still have a little bit of faith in Matt Ryan. I don't know how good of a coach Jeff Saturday is going to end up being, but he seems cool, and he won the last game. He said the Raiders suck, and then he beat the Raiders. So, I'm gonna give him some credit there.
I mean, I would, yeah. It's not a bad idea going with the Colts Saturday looking good. He's the winningest coach in Colts history percentage wise. So, right? I'm just saying he's really good. Got a really good. I mean,
he's 100% 1 for 1. So, who you got? What's your thoughts here?
I'm thinking Philadelphia's going to bounce back, and they're going to be mad. and the Colts are just going to have to be the ones that are in the way. I think it's just
Or they just crumbled.
yeah, this is going to be a real barometer. I know what you're saying about the Eagles having those close games and maybe not beating some teams that have been high caliber, but they've done what they had to do to win those games. I think in the end, I don't care if a team wins by 1 point. Just like Dominic Toretto said on Fast and the Furious, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. I think those are wins. Those are wins. I mean, in the history books, I don't know how many close games the Miami Dolphins in '72 had, but I know they were undefeated, right? So
I'm just going to say this. Well, first of all, Eagles aren't undefeated. I'm just going to say this.
no, they're not.
The fact that you just quoted Fast and the Furious, and I'm going to give you credit because you quoted the first one.
Yeah.
If you would have quoted something really stupid from one of the newer ones,
I didn't have any quotes from the new ones that applied to this. I could
that's
bust
fair.
out something from 4 or 5 if you'd like.
Yeah.
I can.
It's just, I mean, I'm just look. There's still. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I know we're going off topic. I'll come right back, but there's a line in there where he says, "You know who always wins in a street fights, or the thing about street fights is the street always wins." And I thought that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That was Fast 7, I think. Yes, that was.
It was. It was. Right. Yeah.
That was when he fought Jason Statham. He was on.
It was.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
But great.
That's not a good one. That was terrible. I just whatever.
I don't watch it for Academy Award performances. You know, you watch it for the action. Just saying. But anyways, yes, you're right. We did veer off a little bit.
We'll do a segment on the Fast and the Furious movies one day. How about that?
For real, yes, we should absolutely. But
there's 9 of them,
and pretty soon there'll be 10. A nice round number.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We'll wait for the 10th one, and then we're gonna have a special edition movie edition episode. But anyway, all right. So look at that. 2 disagreements back to back. So essentially, what you're telling me is by 4 p.m. Eastern next week, or I'm sorry, on Sunday, I will be a game ahead of you.
I hope that's not what I'm saying. I think what I was saying is that I'll be 2 games ahead of you. 2 games more.
You're trying
4
to say
games ahead of you. Yeah. Math is not mine.
Your math is on point today. I gotta give it to you. But we do gotta move on. So
let's do it.
Let's see. Jets at Patriots. This is mine. I'm gonna take it. It's very straightforward, guys. Look, Jets are actually not a bad team this year, but that being said, they struggle against the Patriots historically. And the closest they probably got was this last week. Or I'm sorry, the last time they played in New York. They're playing in Foxborough this week.
Yes.
Patriots are coming off of a bye, and it's a competitive division this year. Who would have thunk that division is competitive? Who would have thought the Bills at 6-3 is 3rd in that division?
Not us. Not us.
That's crazy to me. So it is a competitive division. They're all trying to make a spot, whether that's the division winners or as wild cards. Somebody in that division, at least one person or one team in that division is going to have to make it to a wild card spot. So they're going to fight hard, but the game is in Foxborough. Bill Belichick is good at taking care of Zach Wilson. Most of Jets quarterback for that matter. I have the Patriots winning this game. Go for it. I don't know if the next slide's going to reveal yours. It's not. Okay, good. Go for it. By the way, I think our friend agrees with us. Jared also got the Patriots winning. I think Jose is frozen. We tend to have lost Jose. Loving the picture on the screen. Yeah, my power just went out. Look at that. Well, that's that. I'm still going to continue to keep, you know what? I'm not going to be there, Butum. Jose just looks high on the screen with that hat on. So I will continue with the picks. And let's see. So, yes, like I said, I had the Patriots winning the game. And so does Jose and Jarrett. And for probably the same reasons. Look, they just struggle against the Patriots. And we'll just leave it at that. Maybe they'll surprise us this week. Let's see. I'm going to continue on to Commanders at Texans. Oh, man, I really wish Jose was here for this one. This is Jose's home team. Loves the Houston Texans. I myself live in Houston, but unfortunately don't have too much love for the Texans from a lot of horrible decisions they made to get this organization to the level it's at currently. Commanders, on the other hand, like I said, look, they just came off beating the Eagles. It's a big thing. Nobody has beaten the Eagles so far this year, and they just beat the Eagles. And they just beat their division leaders ever since Heineke took back command of that team. It looks like a different team. They have a different type of energy, and they've only lost one game out of the last 5. And they're gonna try and they're trying to make a comeback in the division. The funny thing is, if they win this game, they too, I believe, will be at 6 games winning. And they too will be in competition for who's going to be the division winner. So it's interesting. Texans are not that good this year. They do put up a good fight for the majority of the game. It seems like almost every game, except for a few. But nonetheless, they can't make it through the fourth quarter with the same energy they come into the game with, unfortunately. So I have to go with the Commanders here, even though the game is here in Houston. And I think we all agree. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. Next game is Rams to Saints. This is an interesting one. Rams, I feel like, is such a letdown since they were the Super Bowl winners last year. Saints started off and got kind of hot. We thought that they were going to be great. There were some games that they lost. We may have Jose back. Let's see. Hey!
I'm back. Yeah, power just went out. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Where are we? Where were we?
It's ERCOT. We're just going to... It's their fault.
Yes.
We are... I just got to Rams and Saints, got through Washington and Texans. Clearly, all of us are rooting against the Texans in this game.
Unfortunately, yes.
And we all picked the Patriots. So you didn't really miss much. You just missed the 2 games that we all agreed on. So
okay,
Rams
cool.
and Saints. I was just talking about how the Rams kind of crumbled since the Super Bowl. And guess who they just lost? They just lost their Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp out for at least 4 weeks. They're playing in New Orleans. Saints are kind of an up and down team, but in this case, Matthew Stafford just coming back to play at an away game without his number 1 receiver, and he's already been struggling with Cooper Kupp on the field this year. I think it's going to be a tough one for him. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I have to give the edge to the Saints. What are your thoughts?
Agreed. Yeah, Rams looking just destroyed right now. Injuries just riddling them all over. It's really a rough year. I think they should be out of playoff contention. There's no outside chance anymore, I don't think.
Mathematically, they're not, but it's kind of like the Green Bay situation. I think they're both that. Green Bay's at 4 wins. I think Rams are at 3 or 4 wins, one of those. I think Rams are at 3 wins. Nope, they beat the Cardinals. I apologize. They're also at 4 wins.
No, I thought they were 3 and 6, weren't they? That's why. You sure about that? Either way, though, I think there's a very dismal season going on right now for the Rams. But yeah, they did beat the Cardinals, like you said. I forget the other 2 teams they beat. It's been a rough season right now.
Corrected. They are 3 and 6. I apologize.
Yeah, I just didn't remember. It's been a really crazy season right now, and you think they're going to turn around, but they don't. I think the Saints, they don't have the firepower all together and everything, but right now they're coming together. And I think as far as this matchup is concerned, have you shown any picks yet?
I have not. I haven't shown anything. Go for it, because Jared disagreed with us, so I thought it'll be a suspense. Now that you already agreed with me, so yeah, we both actually, because you picked the Rams, right?
Yeah, no, I picked the Saints.
Or I'm sorry, you picked the Saints. We both picked the Saints. Our friend Jared is avenging Cooper Kupp. His one of his favorite guys, Cooper Kupp, is out, and he still picked the Rams. Maybe he's in denial. Maybe he believes Cooper Kupp will come back and play in this game. Maybe he's heartbroken about the fact that Cooper Kupp hurt himself, and he just refuses to believe it. Kind of the reason why he's not on the show today. I'm kidding. That's not true.
He still has that Thursday Night Thinkers matchup to maybe he can beat Stephon Diggs to the most yards.
He might.
They were really close. I really like that matchup going in, but it's another topic for another day. But they were really close, and that was really exciting.
I just want to say some of those picks I did a pretty good job on.
Yeah, I was. We can look into them later on. We can go a little backtrack, but for sure, yeah,
Yep.
It was looking like a good this matchup right there. Cooper Cup versus Stephon Diggs was looking really good yardage wise, and we'll get to see the end of it now. Maybe next season we can try it one more time.
Yeah. Well, the both game
But
got moved to Detroit, so
I know, right?
you see the snow.
It was crazy. I don't know how they got.
Yeah.
It's
When
one
I
thing.
saw the article and it said 6 feet of snow, I was like, they meant 6 inches. These guys don't know what they're typing. Nope,
Right.
not true.
No.
We're gonna move on, but yeah. So we both agree on the Saints winning. Jared's got the Rams winning. All right, so let's see what the next one looks like. Brown said Bills. Parentheses Detroit. That's so that's big. Obviously, the game got canceled in Buffalo because they're about 6 feet under snow. It's not looking too pretty over there, and I don't know if it's gonna continue snowing, but it doesn't look like the snow is gonna be going anywhere anytime soon. So, game got moved to Detroit. Browns are coming into town. Look, Browns have not been that great this year. They've had a few spurs here and there. They won random games here and there, and they could be a pretty good team, and they might end up being a pretty good team once Deshaun Watson is back too. But I feel like by the time he's back, it'll be too late for them to make up in the season. Bills, not looking too hot. Lost 2 in a row. Josh Allen particularly hasn't looked the greatest.
Right.
I don't know. This is, it's like first glance, you're just like, there's not even close. It's going to be Bills. But then you think about some of the games that Bills recently had, some of the way they lost, some of the games that they lost. You're just like, oh my God, like, I don't know. Maybe the Browns do have a chance, but they lost 2 in a row. If that division is looking a little bit more competitive than we thought it would look. And if the Bills and Josh Allen want a shot at, I'm just going to say, if they want a shot at Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes, they better put the work in. So it's going to be, they're going to bring it this week. I think they lost 2 in a row. They're not going to, third time's a charm. They're not going to lose. So I have the Bills winning. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah. I think, I have like 3 points on this game. And I think as far as the Bills, I love the Bills, loved them for the past few years. I love seeing them get to their offense it clicks on all cylinders, defense clicks on all cylinders, and yeah, they've been looking bad the last few weeks. I think maybe this time of the season right here is where I see the Bills sometimes drop off. In the past, you've seen them like go on these wild 7-game, 8-game, starts and everything, and once the winter comes around, then it starts like
which
declining.
is weird. You play Buffalo.
Right?
That's what you should be good at.
That's what I'm thinking. It should be the other way around. However, it doesn't work for them. I don't understand back in the days of he was a quarterback for the Commanders for a minute too. Fitzmagic. He was there too. And back in the day.
Hold on. That is such a horrible clue to say he was a quarterback of like 9 different teams.
Fair enough, but most recently he was the Commanders' last quarterback before he got the injury and time. Yeah, he was Dolphins quarterback. Yes, I understand.
Commanders or Dolphins?
Dolphins. He was in the Commanders the last, and then he was also with the
Dolphins.
Went
to the Commanders?
Yeah, he was in the Commanders.
No, he didn't. Wasn't he subbing in for Tua for Dolphins? He went to the Commanders after that?
After that, and he was with the Texans.
This man's been everywhere, dude.
So you're absolutely right. He was with a lot of teams. However, I just mentioned the last team he was on. So, but when he was in Buffalo, he got that major contract. He was having a couple of good years, and I thought it was maybe just him. Like 8-game win streak. They were doing really good, and winter comes along and it just drop off. That's one thing right there. I don't know. They can have just a big enough lead that they can hold it off and then get to the playoffs and make a run like they did last year and everything. Also, the weather being so crazy, and they're building a new stadium over in Buffalo, and guess what? No roof, so it's going to be. But I will say one thing: from what I understand, I don't think they've moved a lot of games in Buffalo in the past. I think only one other game has been moved. This is the second one right now, so not a big deal. However, now you're going to Detroit. And I think that would give a little bit more of the edge to Buffalo because they can't, like I said before, once winter rolls around, they start kind of declining. So I'm thinking that's not the reason why I picked Buffalo. I think they're a solid team right there. Did I pick Buffalo? Please tell me I did. And tell me I didn't write the wrong name.
No, you picked the Browns. I'm just kidding. You do pick
Whatever.
well.
Oh, like, please tell me I wrote the name
um,
right. Okay, yeah. So that's
it
why.
blows my mind that they're building a stadium over there without a roof. By the way.
Yeah, but it's supposed to have it's supposed to have covered for the fans, so like to protect in
Okay.
the stands. But the inside, the field is going to be wide open. To I don't think it'll
Are
affect
they
many
at least
games.
going to have heated ground or?
I think they already do. They should. Most fields have that, so they can do that. Except the snow was going to be so bad, it was going to stop like Saturday night or something like that, and it wouldn't be enough time for everybody to get to the stadium. So that's why they just made a decision
That's
right
fair.
now.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's not the reason I did it. I just think all those things line up and everything, and I wonder how the rest of the season is going to play out for Buffalo. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
Fair
I think
enough.
they should win this game, and especially indoors, have a really good shot here, bounce back.
We'll see. The good thing is, if I'm wrong, we're all wrong. So I don't. It's okay.
Exactly.
That's the best part about picking what everybody else is picking. It's like, if you're wrong, they're wrong. If you're right, like nothing happened. So
You got that right.
all right. So we have the Panthers traveling to Ravens. Listen, I'm not going to waste much time on this. Panthers suck. Ravens are not that. Ravens are good, right?
The only thing is just the what's the quarterback Lamar. Only thing is he's kind of like sick right now under the weather. He's questionable. I know this because he's my quarterback. Got notifications about it, but from what I hear, he should be okay. So, yeah, chalk it up.
You would think NFL players, for as much as they're available to play through anything, that they get some medicines that is not even known to rest of the mankind. But for some
Yeah.
reason, Lamar Jackson, he's missed games due to illness before too. It's very interesting.
I don't know. Maybe the weather's kind of weird where he's at. Maybe
It is. Hey, the
affecting a
flu's
lot of
hitting
people.
hard.
It is, yeah, absolutely. So hopefully, thoughts and
Yeah.
prayers. He's my quarterback. My season's almost over. Never mind. My fantasy football season is in shambles. Anyways,
2 weeks in a row, I forgot to set my lineup. I am so mad at myself right now.
sorry
I
to
was
hear
doing
that,
so hot.
Mister. You're on the right side of the rankings. Supposed to be.
Man, I'm gonna lose this week.
I
got Juju Smith-Schuster in there.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck.
Well,
all right. We got
we're in
everybody
agreement
agrees
that the Ravens are gonna win.
Yeah, I heard you almost say Panthers right there. That's not good. Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Love it.
I did almost say the Panthers right there. I don't know where
Freudian
that
slip
line
there.
came from. School.
All right.
All right. So Lions at Giants. Oof. Okay. Lions, one of the best scoring offenses in the league, one of the worst defenses in the league, except for when they're playing Aaron Rodgers, who holds Aaron Rodgers to 9 points in the league. Giants, been on the Giants bandwagon for a minute now before everybody else hopped on. They helped me come back. My comeback against all of you people when I was down, one of the teams that I kept picking when you guys kept picking against the Giants, this guy right here. I picked the Giants.
I don't think I picked against the Giants that much, did I?
I don't know. You probably didn't. You're winning, so you probably I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't be right. But yeah, I agree. Giants looking sharp.
Also, I just realized these lawns. I missed the eye.
You were just in a hurry to get to the Giants part, so it's all good.
I'm taking the title away from them for now. Look, I like Dan Campbell. I don't like Jared Goff. I never have. But I like the rest of the team. And the defense isn't that great. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about the team. They look very promising going into the season, and then they just kind of crapped it out. Giants, on the other hand, have a what?
Don't they have a lot of picks too for the draft? They're like stacking them up, aren't they? The Lions?
I think they do. Yeah. They could potentially end up being a really good team, but as of right now, I'm sorry, but they're really not that great. They're gonna give you a win every 4 to 5 weeks, maybe every 4 weeks. I think they'll give you like 4 wins this season. They have like 2 so far, I think, maybe 3. One of those.
Right.
So, nonetheless, they're playing the Giants here. Look, the Giants have been really good this year. They've had a couple of losses aside from that. I mean, they beat Green Bay, which was a surprise to everybody. But then we realized that Green Bay sucks. But they have beaten some good teams, and I think they will continue to do so. I have the Giants taking this game. I don't know what your thoughts are. I think we all have the Giants taking this game.
Yeah, along the same lines too. Giants looking good this year. They're well coached. You can tell right away. I mean, a lot of the same players, but the outcome's a lot different. And I think it goes a little bit kind of like the Philadelphia thing. They might be winning close games, but their wins are wins, and they're actually being competitive in that division. So I think it says a
You got to
lot.
say it in the voice, man. You got to
A
say it in
win's a
the
win.
Dominic Toretto voice.
Winning's winning.
Oh my god. Okay, he
Yeah,
actually did it.
winning's winning. Never mind. Go ahead.
All
I'll
right.
try. I'll work it out.
We're gonna move on before before Jose gets a stroke.
Get over here. Come on. Yeah.
You never had me.
Right. But
All right.
who's next on the docket?
I'm gonna go rewatch that movie now. All right, let's see. Raiders or Broncos. We got two junior varsity teams playing against each other on the national.
Did you hear Nathaniel Hackett at this press conference? He said, "Well,
somebody's got to win.
Somebody's got to win." I love that.
If that's not a winning mentality, I don't know what is.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Somebody.
Allegedly, Josh McDaniels' job is safe, which I don't understand. I think I can coach him better. You have Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
You have Devontae Adams. You have a good defense. You have a good group of guys. This team was more messed up last year, and Versace turned it around like it was almost nothing. And then he is gone, which I don't understand to begin with. And now you're in the shambles, and you're saying that Josh McDaniels' job is safe. Okay, I'm guessing you're completely okay with just losing.
Who knows, man? They got a lot of unity over there, and hopefully it can translate to wins next year. Because this year I don't see it happening. I don't know.
Derek Carr called out Josh McDaniels. Well, he didn't say he didn't really call him out directly, but he said there's a lack of trust.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's bought in. I'm sorry. He said nobody's bought in.
Yeah. Oh, you think he's talking about Josh McDaniels? I thought he was talking.
Oh, absolutely. You got to buy into the system. Whose system is this? The coach.
Right. So I don't know. He's very emotional right now. I like it. I like to see that, but it's not translating to wins right now, and that's a shame because Derek Carr, you're not paying him a lot either. So this is the time to make moves around him, bring people in that are gonna affect the system in a positive way, and it's not working. So it's kind of sad to see right now because
I'm telling you, and I told Jarrett this last week. Get rid of McDaniels towards the end of the year or at the end of the year or whenever. You know who's a free agent coach next year?
Oh yeah, I know about Mr. Payton.
Sean Payton. Bring in Sean Payton. Derek Carr is, I feel like from a personality aspect, from a coachable standpoint, is pretty close to Drew Brees.
Yeah, he's young too. So I mean, got all the pieces right now. Can start fresh and see what happens. But
you got Devontae Adams.
A lot of good pieces, yeah.
Dude, whatever. I don't want to get into it right now. I'm just saying, if it happens, you heard it here first. So who you got winning this game?
Well, somebody's got to win, and it's going to have to be the Broncos. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to...
You sounded like you just made that up right now.
Because of everything I just said, it's kind of hard for me to pick the Raiders on this. I don't think they have clicking right now, which is a shame.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm picking the Broncos.
I just want to say one thing. There's a lot of bad things I said about the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm still going to pick them to win the game. Because the Broncos suck even more.
They're both terrible. Yeah, I don't even know why I picked the Broncos.
I think the Raiders are going to win. I don't know why. I just feel like they are. The Broncos are not good. Russell Wilson.
No arguments here.
Probably just made the biggest mistake he ever did in his life. If he would have just retired, people would have kept blaming Pete Carroll.
I was listening to Marcellus Wiley podcast, and he says, "Raise your hand if you want to leave your team, and then raise your hand if you want to go back to your team." It's like, "Yep, Russ Wilson got his arms up for both."
True. I think the only explanation at this point is at the end of the year, they say, hey, we were playing a prank. We actually sent Geno to the Broncos, and I stayed here as Geno Smith. We got some surgeries going. We're good. Right. It was actually me this whole time. And I would say, okay, you know what? That makes sense.
That'd be nice, yeah. But
anyway.
That'd be a nice dream.
I got the Raiders winning as well. Ooh, look at that. Jose's going to be 2 games behind me now? Man.
I don't see that happening.
I don't even care if Jared catches up to me. I'm ready for this week.
We'll see how it goes out. I think I got a good shot on this one. Somebody's got to win, man. Somebody's got to win.
That's gonna be our catchphrase from now on. Cool
Hell yeah,
Sports
that's
Guy.
good stuff.
Somebody's got to win,
Somebody's got
unless
to
it's
win.
a tie, because that's also
Unless-
possible. Nobody's
right.
got to win. Nobody actually has to win.
Yeah.
You can literally tie.
Right, except
So
besides that, yeah, the job just got easier, Ties
maybe
are good.
that'll be our catchphrase. Cool Sports Guy. Nobody's got to win.
Nobody's got to win.
We can all tie.
What are they doing in the playoffs? Oh, sorry, McNabb, but yeah, they go into more overtime. So
All right, we're gonna
keep
move
going,
on.
keep going, keep going.
Cowboys and Vikings. All right, so Cowboys coming off a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Not a loss that they were hoping for, but you know what? From just time to time, they always get schooled by Aaron Rodgers. But I also feel like from time to time, Vikings tend to school the Cowboys. Could be wrong
Yeah.
on that.
It's a 50-50 shot. Yeah, I think I don't know. Man, now looking at it, just thinking about what you just said. Yeah, now I'm wondering because it's a bounce back game for Dallas and Minnesota coming off a strong win too.
They're
And
coming
they're
off of
winning
a very strong win. It's weird how they win games. They always find the dumbest ways, but they win games. That
Mhm.
4th and 18 cast by Justin Jefferson that should have been the end of the game, and it didn't. And then when they didn't convert on goal line,
Yeah, it's crazy.
you're like, okay, Buffalo can literally just run the clock out here. And
I don't know. Maybe
and-
lights got too bright for Dallas for a head coach.
probably it would have been one thing if they just stomped them at that goal line and ended up getting a safety, but the fact that they fumbled the football and didn't recover it, that's
Yeah, so-
just mind-boggling to me, man. I mean, I don't know. Look, I have the Cowboys going to the NFC Championship game. I think they're good. And if these two teams meet in the playoffs, I think I'll have my money on Cowboys. But at this moment, with the momentum and considering that this is not a primetime game,
Oh yeah, true that.
I had to go with Kirk Cousins.
Kirk,
Although he's not playing very well, in my opinion. I think Justin Jefferson saved his butt last week
worth
multiple times.
$100 million contract, worth every
So,
penny, sir.
I mean, hey,
Wow.
is
think
it
we're gonna
9-1 now? 8-1? 8-1.
7-2, aren't they? The Vikings.
They only lost one game.
I believe they've got 2 games lost.
You're right again. You're tripping.
Sir, you are underestimating how much sports talk I listen to on a daily basis.
8-1. They lost to the
they're not
Eagles.
7-2?
They lost to the Eagles, and that's it.
Really?
Yep.
And who am I? Well, you know what? I stand corrected, good sir. 8-1. Let's show the picks.
The New York Giants are 7-2.
That's who I'm thinking of then. Okay. Pardon my
Wrong NFC team. It's okay. We'll move on. Let's
In the
see.
right conference,
Picks.
huh?
I got the Vikings. Both of you got Dallas. Ooh.
Dallas.
Now I'm
Bounce
gonna be
back game.
3 games in front of you.
No, man, I think you got it wrong. I think you
If
are the odd man out.
I don't even care if I go like 5 and I don't know 6
Whatever.
or
Yeah,
7 this week. As long as it's these games right here, I'll be
Mhm.
happy.
that's fair.
Yeah.
We'll be well. I think it's gonna go the other way. So don't worry. You'll get your 4 wins.
Yeah, I'll be like the 2020 Washington football team where they won 5 games and still won the division and a home playoff game.
Oh man, that was
Or no, they
beautiful.
won 7 games. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Right.
moving on.
That's
Bengals
still-
and Steelers division game. Steelers always bring it on these games. Obviously, they're tough. Mike Tomlin, for the first time, might be looking at under 500. Doesn't
Ooh.
look too good for him. I think they won 3 games now, 4 games now so far.
His name has always been synonymous with never having a losing season.
3-6.
3-6.
3-6.
So 2 losses away from infamy, should I say?
Essentially, well, 3 technically, because you got to get
Yeah.
them to the 9 loss.
True
So,
that. Yes. I
but
think the road
hey,
starts here for me.
Yeah,
I think-
you know what? I think 2 losses after Sunday because Bengals are starting to look like they're starting to turn some things around, and the Steelers, on the other hand, are not. This one's very straightforward for me.
Agreed.
I think it's the Bengals. I think
Bengals
you
all
agree
the
with
way.
me. Jared
I always
does.
thought, I mean, they've had their rough patch, but they're pulling through, and it's not looking pretty, but they're getting through their season pretty well. I thought those
Yeah.
first two games were not very indicative of how the Bengals should look, and this is cool because this is a team that like it started off so bad for them, and I think they're being in the mix right now proves just how resilient they are. And not to mention who was it, 5 touchdowns this past game? Was it? Help me out with names here, please, sir.
Gibson.
Gibson for the Bengals.
You talking about the 5 touchdown game?
Yeah, wasn't it Bengals running back, wide receiver, McGee, or who am I thinking of?
Who are you
This is
thinking?
not good, man. I'm losing my
And
knowledge
Antonio
of
Gibson just got 5 touchdowns.
for who for who for like Antonio Gibson. Are you sure?
Am I being crazy right now?
Antonio
Oh,
Gibson didn't get
that's for the Commanders. He didn't get 5 TDs. Somebody for the maybe it
Joe
was it the Bengals? Was it a Bengals player?
Yeah, it was Joe Mixon, right?
Joe Mixon. I kept saying Gibson, didn't I?
Gibson.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking like
Wrong
Antonio
player.
Gibson.
I apologize. That's
Well, I didn't
yeah.
even know the name, so shame on me.
No,
I was
you're
thinking-
good. I don't know why I kept saying Gibson, and then like obviously Gibson's Antonio Gibson. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, he does play for the Commanders. He played pretty well last week too. So
big
I
time.
don't know.
So, I mean, it could be just obviously you have those spikes and everything, but I think they pulled this one off. Bengals, we gotta
Listen, there's
check on
32
Robert.
teams with 53-man roster. Okay, you can't expect us to remember all these names.
We should, sir. We want to have a quiz every week. Okay, so let's do it.
Got it.
Who is next?
Understood. I'll learn.
Primetime games coming up.
Primetime games. Let's
Is
see.
that right? Am I wrong? Woo!
I'm gonna let you go first on this.
Man, what can you say? Well, you know what? The only thing I can say about this one is I know Herbert hasn't looked amazing right now. He's been kind of I wouldn't put on his injury had he had earlier in the season and everything. However, Chiefs are being riddled. They lost, like you said, Juju Smith, Schuster, Mako Hardman. Who else am I missing? Some more injuries, right? But hey, I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. He's just pulling it all together and just finding people to throw the ball to, get down the field one way or another. I think this game is going to be.
Yes, you can. No, you don't bet against Tom Brady. You could bet against Patrick Mahomes.
I haven't, and I've lost every time. So remember that day? Remember that time that I bet on Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, I do.
That was fun.
I do. And that was called a Super Bowl.
and then I doubled down in the second half to say they would score first, and lost again.
Sad.
Anywho, you got to bring back good memories. Let's bring back. Hey, they're 7-2 though, and I know they've had a tough loss against the Colts, and I don't even know who the other team was they lost to. Those are tough. However, I think in this instance,
the Bills.
The Bills. That's right. Yes. Hey, it's like payback.
It's only teams that end in S that they struggle against.
No, well, yeah, okay.
That's actually no, that's not true. Okay, that was almost every team's names. I really should say that for like a terrible team, like Texans struggling against teams that their names ends with an S.
Well, they're all plurals. You can't say the Dolphin.
Exactly.
Or the Raven.
That's my point. They struggle against every team. That's the point.
Ah, geez,
You're got explaining me. The joke.
Whatever. You leave that jokes to me, sir. You got me on that one really good. 5 thumbs up. Go ahead.
So look, up until this game, I will be 3 games ahead of you, and after this game, I will either be 2 games ahead of you or 4 games ahead of you because, buddy, I got the Chargers taking this thing.
No, you didn't. Get out of here.
I did.
Look,
here's the thing. Chargers are dealing with a couple of injuries, which kind of scares me a little bit. Chiefs look a little better than they were before. That being said, Jose, I know Chiefs won, but Chargers outplayed them last time they played. They did. They did. And Justin Herbert outplayed Patrick Mahomes the last time they played, whether you like it or not.
Did he outplay him?
But he's not playing too hot right now. But you know what? Every time these two guys go back and forth with each other, they do put up a pretty good fight. They do.
Man.
And the game's in LA. And I'm excited. And for whatever reason, maybe it was just to go disagree with you guys, But for whatever reason, my gut told me to just pick the Chargers. My gut is wrong about 50% of the time, so this could go either way, but I went with the Chargers.
All right. Well, I went the other
Excited.
way, and by this Sunday night, it's a Sunday night football game, right? By Sunday night, you're going to be so many games behind me again,
I'm
and I'm
not.
sorry.
No, sir. Negative.
No, I didn't feel very confident about me saying that either. So,
No.
but it'll be a fun
No, when
weekend.
it's all said and done, it's gonna be Patriots 28-3, and it's gonna be Tom's comeback for the season.
Okay.
They're gonna be neck and neck.
Hey, dreams do come true sometimes.
It's not a
Sometimes.
dream. It's not a dream. It's a reality.
Well, I don't know.
I don't call this a dream. I call this a belief.
A belief.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's fair. All right,
with
we'll
two
go with
F's.
that.
All
So
right,
with the
last game.
most last game of the year. Just kidding.
49ers is not of the year. We're not quite there yet.
I said just kidding.
Although it's getting there pretty quick.
I know, right?
So 49ers at Cardinals. Man, who you got? What you thinking?
Man,
Not much to think. The Cardinals suck. Kyler Murray sucks.
what are you gonna do? Yeah,
Is he even
Jimmy
playing
G,
this week?
Jimmy G over there getting all the girls at the basketball game, just living it up right now. People love him. I love the team. Okay, maybe not the team, but you know what I'm saying. In this instance right here, 49ers all the way, I think. Yeah, they're playing in Arizona. I don't think that's going to make a difference. I don't even know what the point spread is on that. How much they would
Probably
get.
not much. 49ers are probably still favorite. Look, the Cardinals are not a good team this year. We are in the second half of the season. They tend to crumble a little bit. We'll see how that goes. As far as 49ers go, they have a really good defense. They still do. Even with dealing with some of the injuries that they're currently dealing with, they still have a very good defense. Christian McCaffrey's proven to be doing really well with the team so far, which is also going to help Deebo Samuel and Jimmy G. I think overall, 49ers are a scary NFC team. They could be the contenders from the NFC this year. And I feel like people aren't really people are kind of overlooking them. But if you look at the rest of the divisions and the teams and how they're doing, aside from the Giants and the Cowboys and the Eagles, you basically have the 49ers.
That's another team right there. Yeah, I was thinking when we're talking about Green Bay, like trying to make that wild card. I mean, you got 49ers over here doing what they're doing. There's with teams like that out there, it's going to be kind of really hard.
49ers probably going to win the division, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who else.
They have the Rams, they have Seahawks, and they have Cardinals, and Seahawks just lost.
Well, either or, Seahawks or 49ers, either or, one of them is going to be the wild card. Yeah, I think in that instance. So that would really eliminate Green Bay out of any kind of contention right there. I don't know who any other teams that are out there, but I have to look at it. But yeah, it's going to be hard. I think, it's going to be a nice little battle down the stretch here between. I didn't think I would say this: Seattle and San Francisco going down the stretch.
That'd be an interesting game. I would love to see that in like a wild card or a divisional round.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be
Absolutely.
awesome. Yeah. Cool. So I think we all are in agreement here that the 49ers are going to win the game. Am I correct on that?
Absolutely.
Yep. Awesome. And I believe that's actually all the games. So.
All right. Cool deal. It's been fun. We'll see you on the other side. See how it works out and what the standings are. Everybody can go to coolsportsguy.com. I think should be a link available. Yeah, coolsportsguy.com. You can see our standings right there. I think it should be the most recent post and see how we're all doing week to week. I haven't updated it last week, but we all know Tom's making a comeback right now. So, but yeah, there they are. Comment down below, see what you think. If you think differently, or if you think that I'm right or some other people are wrong.
I apologize. I think I put a slide without the QR codes on there, but we'll have that on the next show for sure.
No worries. Any closing thoughts from you, Tom?
No, I'm excited for another week of football. I'm also excited with all the disagreements we have. It's always fun when we do have the disagreements. So, there could
be
definitely on the rankings. So
that's it's gonna be pretty sweet. A lot of mix-up, a lot of shake-ups towards the end there.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, all right. We'll see you next time then. We'll have the show up this Saturday right here. We'll be up. We'll do after the holidays, after the Thanksgiving break. We'll be back talking a little bit more Cool Sports Guy and everything. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And let me get to the closing thing right now. My computer's running a little slow after that.
You know, I'm pretty sure it just hit me. I may have picked wrong on the Vikings because I believe they're playing on Thanksgiving Day.
Too late. Want to change it?
Nah, it's okay. I'm sticking to it.
All right, stamp it. Let's stamp it. All right, till next time. See you guys later.